So before I get started with the cooking, I just wanted to show y'all a quick grocery haul. It's not much, but I figured I would include it anyway. So I got a loaf of the H-E-B Essential Grains 12 grain bread. I also got a loaf of the H-E-B Bakery Country White Sandwich bread. I got some bone-in pork chops, some mild Italian sausage, some tomato and basil pasta sauce, some H-E-B House Blend coffee, some H-E-B orange cream swirl. Got some pasta, the bow tie pastas. I got a red onion, a green bell pepper, some celery, and a bag of apples. So some of this is going to be used in the recipes. I obviously have the rest of the ingredients just here at home, which is Parmesan cheese and season and stuff like that, but just want to share that with you, quick grocery haul. Oh, and we also got a pack of water. This pack of water right here, a 24 pack of the Hill Country Fare, which is H-E-B brand, but it's just the cheaper brand, bottled water. So my total for all of this, including the water, was $29.90, and I saved $3.26 from the on sale savings of 28 cents and H-E-B brand savings of $2.98. So the first meal I'm going to be making tonight is going to be some Italian sausage with pasta and sauce. Let's get started. So I'm going to start off by chopping up this red onion and the green bell pepper. I'm only going to be using some of the bell pepper because I'm going to be using the rest of it for the next recipe. So I'm chopping up both onion and bell pepper as small as possible, but it doesn't have to be perfect because both are going to be cooked down with the sausage. I'm also going to be cutting up some cherry tomatoes, but I did that off camera. So this is the seasonings that I'm going to be using, which is salt, garlic powder, onion powder, Italian seasonings, and pepper. And then here is my red onion, green bell pepper, and cherry tomatoes. So first I'm adding some oil to my pan, and then I'm going to throw in those onions and get them started. I've also got my water in the pot so that can get boiling for my pasta, and I'm also preheating my oven to 375. After a few minutes of cooking the onion, I'm adding in that Italian sausage, and I'm going to break it up as much as possible. And now I'm adding in all of my seasonings. I'm going to give that a good mix, and then I'll add in my bell pepper as well. So I'm going to cook it until it's completely browned and then add in my sauce, give it a stir, add some extra seasonings, and also add in my cherry tomatoes, and I added a little bit of sugar.
Say something that will make my day, 'cause these memories of her won't go away.
Now that all of that is done, I'm mixing my pasta in with the sausage mixture. So now I'm adding all of that to my glass baking pan, but I'm going to be layering it with Parmesan cheese. I would highly suggest adding in some shredded mozzarella if you're going to make this recipe, but I didn't have any, so I just used the Parmesan.
Why did she go? Was I supposed to know that she'd leave? Was I too naive to think that she'd be the one? Whoa. Why did she?
So I put that in the oven for about 10 minutes. And here she is, Miss America.
It was your crooked little smile that caught my eye. Time went by and it was her and I. She promised me to never leave my side.
So I top that off with some parsley, some extra Parmesan, and voila, she's ready. Absolutely delicious and super easy to make.
It's dumb, I still check my phone 'cause I can't move on. Whoa. Why did she go? Whoa. Was I supposed to know that she'd leave? Was I too naive to
Moving on to our next meal, we are having pork chops and applesauce, bread stuffing, and sauteed vegetables. So I made my cinnamon applesauce earlier in the day to get that out of the way, so that's what I'm going to be showing you first. Making homemade applesauce is literally so easy, it's crazy. All you have to do is peel your apples first. I'm using a vegetable peeler, and this was not fun, but it's doable. After you get done peeling your apples, then you're going to core them and chop them up.
Whoa, why did she go? Whoa, was I supposed to know that she'd leave? Was I too naive to think that she'd be the one? Whoa, just tell me, why did she go? Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop.
Once they're all cut up, put them in a pot, cover them in water, add in some lemon juice and cinnamon and a little bit of sugar, and bring it to a boil. The cinnamon is optional, but we like cinnamon applesauce, so I added cinnamon.
Let's figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs.
Once it starts to boil, turn down the heat, cover your pot with a lid, and let that simmer for 20 to 25 minutes. You'll know that your apples are done when they're super soft, soft enough to smush them with a fork. Once they're done, just drain them and add them into your food processor. I added a little extra cinnamon and a little sugar to the food processor, and I mixed them on high.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down.
Then I put the applesauce in a Tupperware, I put a lid on it, I set it to the side so it could cool off, and then I put it in the icebox for later. So now it's later in the day, and I'm gonna start on my bread stuffing. I'm using that sliced bread that I showed you earlier that I got from HEB. I'm cutting it up in small squares, and then I'm gonna pop it in the air fryer to dry them out. I've never used the air fryer for this before, but I highly recommend it. It dried the bread up so fast and perfectly. This would also be really good to use if you wanted to make some homemade croutons. So now I'm going to season up my pork chops with some garlic powder, onion powder, and salt and pepper. You already know my mix.
Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, the sky is falling down.
Next, I'm chopping up the rest of that green bell pepper, some white onion, and celery. I'm also using the celery leaves for this recipe. This is my mother-in-law's bread stuffing recipe, by the way. So now I'm adding some butter to my pan, then I'm just gonna add all of those vegetables that I just chopped up. I'm gonna add all of my seasonings to that as well, and add in some poultry seasoning and a little bit of ginger. Not too much though, just a little bit. I'm gonna saute those vegetables for just a couple minutes, and then I'm gonna add in some chicken broth. Now that my bread is done, I'm going to go ahead and pour that mixture over the bread, add in some extra seasonings, mix it up good, and put it in my baking pan and popping it in the oven. The stuffing is going to be in the oven for about 30 minutes, so I'll start on my pork chops in just a little bit. Now I'm adding some oil to my cast iron skillet, and then I'm going to add a little bit of butter once that oil starts to heat up, and then I'm going to add in the pork chops to the skillet. I'm also sauteing some broccoli and cauliflower in some butter in a separate pan, and I added salt and pepper and a little bit of garlic powder to that. And now it's all officially done and ready to be eaten. Again, another super easy and delicious meal. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a like. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe, and don't forget to leave me some comments down below because, as always, I would love to hear from you. And if you try out any of these recipes or any of the recipes I make, let me know or send me a picture of your dish because I love when y'all share that kind of stuff with me. It makes me so happy. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!
I just wanna feel alive. It's just what I do when I'm out, so try not to